This is some real basic stuff, but I figured it'd be a useful video for somebody who hasn't been taking care of cars and wants to learn how to do some really basic things like an oil change. I got a 2002 Mercedes E320 that's got the M112 engine in it. To do this job, you're going to need one of these oil cups that go on the filter top. I'll list the size of it as I make the video, and I'll give you a rundown on the socket sizes and everything else. To get the underbody panels off, you're going to need a 8mm socket. Alright, so I'm going to get under here and start taking them off. To do this, I just got the car up on ramps. A lot easier than jacking it up. You'll have enough room with ramps to get under here. I got an AC Delco power ratchet. That makes things go a little quicker. I'll give you the torque specs and everything on the beginning of the video, I guess. I'll print it out. I'm just breaking these little 8mm retaining screws loose. I believe there's 4 of them. We're looking a little wet down here. Got a little bit of an oil leak. Probably a valve cover. Yeah, it's 4 of them. Blowing off my head. I like to bring my little magnetic tray out to catch all my fasteners in. Drop that panel down. And then right here on the side we have the drain plug. I changed this oil last year. I didn't put a lot of miles on this. I use Mobil 10 W40. I like to change my oil every 6,000 miles. They recommended it a 10,000 mile change, but I don't like running it that long. Oil is a lot cheaper than engines. So that's a 13mm bolt on the oil drain plug. Make sure you have a new crush washer for that when you drain it. Alright, let me go get my pan. Rag around. I had my car up in the ramp since yesterday, so all of my oil is drained down to the bottom of the pan. You're going to need about 7 liters of oil to refill this. You're supposed to change these crush washers every time. I usually run them 2 times, and I haven't had any problems with major leaks. Maybe I do. That's why I got oil down here. I don't think I do, but we'll see. I'll see how this one looks. Doesn't look that beat up to me. Keep your drain plug clean. You don't want to get debris on that. Yeah, this is not in that bad a shape. I'm going to use that crush washer again. That fits a little loose on there. That's not a OE one from the Mercedes dealer. I ordered a bag of them on eBay. All right, I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes and let all that oil run out of that pan. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up under here with some brake parts cleaner. Get that oil pan nice and clean. I'm not going to bother you with that. I'm going to go get my torque specs and I'll give you a rundown on them, okay? I wiped the heavy oil off, and now, ta-da! Brake parts cleaner. Magic stuff. Gets the grime off. I'm going to take that filter element out of there now. Make sure I don't get any dust in there. Clean up around the edge so no contamination gets down in the motor. Now you're going to have to replace some O-rings on here. Have a rag because it's going to drip on you some. That element slides right off of there. Then there's a bunch of O-rings. You have an O-ring here, 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 and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 O-rings you're going to have to replace. You're going to need a little pick tool for that. I don't want to get any lint on this. I'm getting a heavy oil off. I'm probably going to give this a shot of brake clean too, so I don't have any lint in there. Pick tool is definitely makes it easier to get these off of here. When you do put your new O-rings on, lubricate them with a little bit of oil so they slide in nicely when you're replacing the other filter. Okay, guys? I'm not throwing these out yet because I didn't check that filter box. I got to make sure it's got no O-rings in it. Has to. It's part of the service with this. If it doesn't, there's a problem. Then we got a problem. I'll get a clean rag. Filter I got. This is for the E320 to 3.2 M112 engine. The part number is 512226XP. 51226XP. That's a Wix XP filter designed for full synthetic oils. And these Wix filters seem very well made. They're metal. They have a lot of filter material in them. Another metal piece in the center. It's not cardboard. They look like they're built very well. So I'm going to stick with Wix. I have a few K&N filters that I will use. I'll put them in my E430 probably, or maybe I'll switch one out on this next time I do it. Not a bad filter, but the Wix seem to be the best to me. So I'm going to stick with them. Let me get my brake parts cleaner. This stuff is great for cleaning stuff up. Cuts grease real well, get any lint off of there, and it dries quickly. I'm going to let that dry off because I don't want to put that on the O-rings, all right? So I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes, guys, till that dries off. I don't want to expose the O-rings to that because it might deteriorate them, okay? And I'm going to put the O-rings on. Two O-rings are on. There's usually a tiny bit of oil down in here on the walls here. You can get enough to lubricate these O-rings. So they can slide in. I'm not going to wipe inside there because I don't want any lint getting in there at all. You don't want any lint getting in here. You got to watch that with rags and paper towels. They have lint-free shop towels. If you're going to wipe that up in there, make sure you use a lint-free towel. That is an abrasive contaminant for the engine. No good. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put my filter in. Duh, because I'm worried about getting dirt in there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a senior moment. I'm getting to be an old bastard. I got an excuse. There we go. That looks a little better, huh? Alright, I'll get the torque spec for that and tighten that up later. Now I'm just going to put my drain bolt back in. And then we'll start tightening everything up. Coco, can I get under the car, baby? The dog has stole my kneeling pad. They like to be comfortable. These are little prima donnas here. Don't go muscling stuff in. Do it by hand. Get it started, put it in by hand. Do not want to damage the threads on this oil pan, and you definitely don't want to strip it out. That would be a big problem. Get my oily rag and wipe that up a little bit. What I'm going to do is take this drain plug out again. I wiped the heavy oil off. I didn't want to get any of that into the pan. Taking this drain plug off again, I'm going to clean that washer and clean around the drain plug area to make sure that that seats well. It's still draining a little bit too. Want that drain plug nice and clean. We want that clean around that area. Let me go get the torque specs guy. I'll be right back. The oil drain plug is 22 foot-pounds. Kind of leery with this half-inch drive. I don't want to over torque this. I don't know how accurate this is at this low. That feels tight to me. I'm going to get my inch in pound and convert it. I don't trust this. That's too low of a reading, and I haven't calibrated that. Feels like I'm going a little snugger than it needs to be. Better safe than sorry, right guys? Tighten the drain plug down. That's 22 foot-pounds, or you can convert it to inch pounds by multiplying it by 12. And the filter housing is 18 foot-pounds. I did it in inch pounds again, just to be safe. I'm gonna fill it up and make sure my drain plug's not leaking. Okay, that's how to change your oil on a W210 Mercedes-Benz. I hope this didn't kill anybody with the boredom, but I'm trying to help people who are not familiar with working on their cars just save some money and actually know what's going in your car when you do it yourself, you know. Thanks for watching, guys. Please give a like and subscribe. Any comments, feel free to give them down below, and hit that notification bell so you can see the next videos coming out. Okay? Oh, Frank showed up when I was done. Take care, guys, and remember, take good care of your cars. They'll take good care of you. Bye bye till next time. Guys, something that's important. These stamped steel control arms have little weep holes in the bottoms of them. See that hole right there? You got to make sure they're clear, because if water gets up in here, it'll sit there and it'll rot and it'll snap off by your ball joint. So whenever you're under your car, make sure those weep holes are nice and clear. All right, guys, just a little tip, something to keep in mind. What is it? What's it saying? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Yeah, hello. Now, something to do while you're under there. All right, guys. Bye-bye.